What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Consciously Unconscious Me. I'm mihueee. So today, let's chit chat about, I think control. I think it's about control, but I'm not 100% sure on that because sometimes I'll think it's about one thing, and spirit will make it be about something altogether different. But before I get started, in my last video, I talked about the eclipse that's coming on the 20th through the 21st, and in the description box I posted some information about the energies and stuff like that so that you can better understand the eclipse. So if you want to go back to that video, I'll link it at the end of this video so that you can go back and find the information about the energies as far as the eclipse goes. Also, I put information on how you can connect with me on different platforms and get more information about my services, because just because my website is not up yet doesn't mean that you can't reach out to me for some life coaching concerns, help. I offer behavioral assessments for children as young as 5 and adults of any age, health assessments to help you better understand your attitudes towards exercises. I do spiritual coaching as well as just general life coaching to help you understand your life path and stuff like that. So you can reach out to me via email right now to get more information, or you can find me on Facebook to get a little more understanding about some of the services that I offer. I'll put more information in the description box at the end of this video too, but I just mentioned my previous video so that you can get information about the energies and stuff like that for the eclipse that's coming up on the 21st. You can also check with Nubian News with AZ. She recently uploaded a video too, I believe, about the energies on what's going on with the eclipse. So that's that, the announcements. So about control, we often do not understand, or I will say a lot of us do not realize that control is a part of ego, right? When we think about ego, we think about somebody being egotistical, arrogant, thinking it's all about them, or like there's like God's gift to creation, that type of thing. But ego involves so much more than we believe. So and control is a really big part of ego, and we don't realize that. Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. Kiddos, they just, being kids, my animals as I call them. But anyways, control is a huge part of ego because we as humans like to control things. We want to make sure we know what's going on at all times in every aspect of our life. And the reality is that's just not life. You really can't control anything except you. You can only control what you do, your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings. That's the only thing you have control over. So when you say somebody is doing something to you, yeah, you're allowing them to do those things to you, because you can stop it at any time. Now, that's a concept that we all really don't fathom. We don't really think about it in those terms. We think that because somebody is behaving a certain way, that they are doing something to us, and they are doing something to us, but we are allowing them the space and place to be able to do those things to us, because we can cut it out at any time. Another part of control is in thinking in terms of unconditional love. we want people to love us the way that we want them to love us. And that's not realistic. To truly have unconditional love is to not have an expectation, honestly. You can't expect for somebody to love you the way that you love them because their love language might be something that's totally different. Um, you might like gifts and little trinkets and stuff like that, where they might appreciate it more if you give them a back rub or offer to even wash their hair sometimes, or um, cleaning, helping out around the house. And this is not to say just women, because there are men who want, the woman to help out around the house too. So that might be the way that they feel love from you. So just because you express it in a certain way, you express your love through giving gifts, that doesn't mean that that is what's going to make them feel love by any means. I'm sorry, y'all. They own one today. They really are. They just own one. Okay. So anyway, you might be wasting your time trying to show somebody love in a way that they don't receive. It doesn't mean that they don't appreciate what you are doing, but what you are doing might not be what makes them feel love, is the best way that I can say that. So you don't want to just automatically assume that what you do is this grand thing, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up being frustrated because you feel like you're giving your all, you're doing everything that you can to make a relationship work or to show somebody that you love them, and you going all out, but your going all out is not their version of going all out. So it just leads to frustration, and that's ego. Really, true and all, like that's ego. Your ego is telling you that what you do and your way of doing things is the best way for somebody to accept and understand love, essentially. So you have to work to understand what love is to the other person, and that's unconditional love. You can't just automatically assume that they know what you want, that they um, understand what it is that is love for you, right? You you feel a certain way about what love is. What you do to express love is 9 times out of 10 what you are expecting for them to do to show you love. Well, that ain't how it works. That's not unconditional love. That's ego. You have to meet people where they are. And it's easier said than done, but like once you really step back and start to think about it and look into where you are, you'll understand that um, you can't expect for people to behave a certain way. And if somebody is trying to change you and make you behave a certain way, that's not unconditional love. That comes with a condition. People can tell you all day long, I just want you to be who you are and don't change for me. But in all actuality, somewhere deep down, you want them to change because you want them to show you love the way that you want them to show you love. And that is a condition on it. That's you expecting them to behave a certain way. You want them to change. Judgment. Judgment is not unconditional love. When you are uh, talking about somebody or saying, well, I don't know why he doing this or why she doing that, and I wouldn't, that's not unconditional love. That's judgment. That's control. That's ego, because you feel like you know what's best and you feel like your way is the right way. And it's not by any means. That's where religion goes wrong. That's even where uh, the LBGQ, I don't remember the I'm just going to say the gay community, and I apologize if that's offensive, but even they are starting to go down that realm or go astray from their original premise because they want people to do things their way. And it's about acceptance overall. If you want acceptance, you have to give acceptance, right? You can't expect for what has been um, nature. I don't want to say what has been normal because normal gets into a sticky situation. You can't expect what has been nature to change because now the world is changing. Because now everybody is viewing things different. It's natural, and natural is nature. It's natural to say her and him. It's natural to say he and she. And I was reading something the other day about um, it's wrong or it's intolerant to call a child him or her, or a boy or a girl. Why? Why is it intolerant? It was born, the child was born with a male's anatomy or a female's anatomy. It's natural to call them male or female. Um, when they get older and they want to be identified as something else, they'll let you know. They'll let them know. They'll let you know. So it's a little intolerant and a little judgmental to try and change nature. Even that is not unconditional love, right? And I'm not trying to ruffle nobody feathers. It just is what it is, okay? And I love all people. I'm here to help teach unconditional love, the point of this video, right? Also, think of control in these terms. You see a homeless person out on the street, and you want to give them money. You want to help them some kind of way. Whatever it is you want to give them, you give it to them, right? And you don't question, and some of us do. We question what they're going to do with the money. But that's not unconditional love. If you have to question or feel a way about giving somebody something, that's not really coming from your heart, because you're going to give it. It don't matter what they do with it. It just really don't matter at the end of the day what they do with it, because you felt it in your heart to help out, and that's all that should matter. You were able to help, and you found it in your heart to help. So if you say to yourself, I don't really want to give to this person because I don't know what they're going to do with my money, that's not love, and that's not really charity, and that's not really helpful. And even still, if you say, well, I'm going to give and God know my heart, that's still coming with an expectation, because you are expecting something. You are trying to control the outcome of something by saying, I'm going to give it, but God, because God knows my heart. God does know your heart, does indeed know your heart, or source divine. They know it, indeed knows your heart. So to say that is putting an expectation then out into the universe and on God to say, well, I'm going to give this because I'm expecting for you to give me something back in return. Is that unconditional love? Like, really think about it. Is that unconditional love? Unconditional love doesn't have an expectation on it. It just doesn't. It's okay to have a hope, because we all hope things, but hope can be a slippery slope, because then you start to expect. You have to just let things be. Unconditional love comes without trying to control the outcome, because the universe, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, is going to let you know real quick. You can't control the outcome of nothing. What you thought you could control, you can't control. And you should really stop trying. Stop trying to control people. Stop trying to judge people. If somebody tells you something and it makes you feel bad about yourself, or it makes you just uneasy and start to doubt yourself, question what that person is saying to you, because that's not unconditional love. If somebody is telling you if you find peace with something, say reading oracle cards, you flip those and it gives you this positive message and you find peace with that, it's okay that you find peace with that. Don't let nobody tell you that, oh, that's against God and it's in the Bible that you shouldn't do this and it's in whatever religious book that you shouldn't touch this or you shouldn't do that or this type of thing has this vibration on it. Because people are culturally different across the globe, right? Nobody lives the same. We speak different languages, we have different cultures. But one thing you can be assured of is that 9 times out of 10, their deity is the same deity as yours. It's just called something different. Their practice is probably the same practice as yours. It's just called something different. Same God, same goddess. It's all Jesus. It's all Mayad. It ends up being the same thing, just given a different name. The different gods. Zeus. I can't think of it right off the top of my head right now, but Zeus was some other deity, and like I want to say Zeus is like Jupiter and that kind of stuff. But like the one God, the main God, those things like the sun and all of those, same God, just in a different language. I'm not acting like I got all of that what I just said right, but you get where I'm going with it. Like, different cultures have different deities that have a different name that are essentially the same deity that you are devoted to. It's just called something different. So if somebody is trying to tell you, oh, what they practice is wrong and it's this or it's that, that's not love. That's not of God. That's not unconditional love. That's judgment. That's control. That's trying to get somebody to adhere to the things that you adhere to. And you can't do that. That ain't what life is about. That's why we are where we are now, because people are always trying to get somebody to live according to how they live. And with that mentality, everybody is in this lack mentality. They are in this I have to have it my way, in this selfish state of mind, this selfish state of being. And we get what we are looking at. All this selfishness. Selfishness is going on, and we see just a lack of everything. And Source is really telling us, Spirit is telling us, I got it all. I can provide it all. And you have the ability to have it all and bring it all to you because you are a co-creator with me. And you have the ability to manifest everything that you need by first aligning yourself with me and then giving out unconditional love, letting go of expectation, letting go of control. Stop trying to control and judge people because they live different than you do. And the minute that we stop doing that, the minute we let go of control and that ego and feeling like people got to do what we want them to do, we could be a whole lot better. We really can. That was really it. Like, control is ego. And ego has a lot more to it than what we think. It's a lot more than just being got alarms going off everywhere. Ego is a lot more than just being arrogant or super sure of yourself and things like that. It really is. Ego comes with a whole spectrum of ugly that we just don't see. And I probably shouldn't call it ugly, but it comes with just a whole array of things that we don't really perceive to be ego. But control is the biggest part of that. And you keep trying to control stuff, and Spirit will let you know real nice and quick. You ain't got no control over nothing. nothing at all. Then you'll see, laugh at you. It really will. I wanted to do another oracle message for us today, and I am going to use the Whispers of Love oracle, since we are talking about a little bit of love, unconditional love, bringing that back into the world, and not trying to control people and things of that nature. So I'm using my laptop today, y'all. So I'm gonna push this down, and hopefully you can see the cards calling me my divine weight shores, my guides, my guardian angels, my four elements, to give us a loving message today. January 18th, 2019. Remember, even though I'm saying today's date, that this message is timeless. Whenever you get it, it resonates. It was meant for you. All right, Spirit, can we get a message of love? These cards never really want to act right. They're kind of matte and hard to shuffle. The Spirit will give us something. If not, I will just flip over a card. And, oh, never mind. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. And what we have is the union of hearts. A love connection defies explanation. I told y'all my nails, they just so trash right now. But can you see this? So you could see it. And I will read the message to this. And it is a 28, which is an 11. And 11 is, what did I say? Spirituality, awakening, so a spiritual connection. And I take this as a connection with you and the divine. Getting that connection with source and your spirit, learning to love unconditionally, right? This is so special, unique, and cannot be defined in words. This love is comfortable and a perfect fit. It can be between parents and children, romantic partners, or in a special friendship. It is important to recognize the significance love has in your life. Shift your attention to the essentials in your relationships. Celebrate the wealth of love present in your life. This card is prompting you to redirect your awareness from your goals and desired outcomes onto your relationships. You don't have to wait for a special occasion to do something for someone you love. Send a note, a card, or a flower to let them know you truly value them and the part they play in your world. True dryads embrace with complete abandon. Their encirclement represents the love that is present in a relationship. The color green and yellow dominate this image, suggesting balance, healthy love, and mutuality. You are being reminded of the importance significant relationships have in your life. Reflect on the role love plays in your world. And again, that's talking about that unconditional love, letting go of control, loving people where they are, loving yourself where you are, because you have to learn how to give yourself unconditional love just as well as the people that you are involved with. Don't be so hard on yourself. Stop trying to control even your circumstances, because the only thing that you have control over is you, how you react, how you feel, and how you think. You don't have control over your circumstances, just how you act or react to those circumstances. And it's better to try not to be reactive to everything, I would say. And that is it for the message that I receive download and all of that good stuff. So remember, I will put information in the description box about the services that I offer, and if you're needing some guidance or some chit chat time to get some stuff off your chest, you can email me and schedule some time, and I'll get back to you. So thank you for visiting. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video. Also, if you wanted to donate and help further the channel and all of that, that information will be in the description box as well. See you next time.